Welcome into a new episode from the Critics Collective. We're here at the 1, 2, 3 count, and we're going to be talking about. I was going to say, because in Paris is what was was coming to my mind, but I mean, we not in Paris, but we're talking about the Clash in Paris. WWE just did their premium live event, which looks like to be, as of right now, the last premium live event for WWE. And the collaboration that is NBC's Peacock. So we'll talk about that and some other stuff, getting into it. But I'm sitting here with Not So Super Fan Manny. Hit the subscribe button, like, follow, share for more. And inside the description, you'll find some links in our various videos. We get a kickback from it, and we greatly appreciate all the support. Now, right now with the P, give or take when you watch this premium live event, I did a video before. This is always a good time to buy WWE merchandise, whether it's on the WWE shop or it's a video game like 2K25 right now. The Undertaker edition is like $35. The standard edition, $25. The ultimate pack that has an autograph by me and Manny and the rest of the gang, that one right there is under $100. You can check that out. It doesn't come with an autograph, but I just want to throw that out there. So no special order, Manny. What's the first match that we're gonna go ahead and dive into?
So I want to talk about I was going to talk about your boy first, but we're gonna save that for later because there's other thing we're gonna bring up. Street Profit. I love the whole outfit they came out with, Borderland and all that. I know they're promoting the game, but
promoting the game comes out I think September 12th, give or take. Yeah.
But again, imagine if that was their outfit as a tag team. Because they look dope.
It looked dope, but it didn't feel. A lot of people didn't know it was for the video game. They were thinking it was a throwback to Crime Time.
Oh yeah,
because the jeans, white beater. Yeah, so it wasn't, but I could see how cool it was either way, and I thought it was pretty cool for the WWE to find a different way, or TKO to find a different way to merchandise or advertise in a match. So I wasn't mad at it.
And the main reason I wanted to talk about the match, even though I don't think it was probably one of the match I was anticipating as far as tag team match for pay-per-view, because personally I really feel like Montez should be going solo by now. He deserves. Yes, he needs to be going solo by now. It's just the crowd, the way the crowd interacts with these two compared to the American crowd. I was really at home. I was in there with the crowd, and it just hypes it up, but again, not a match I was into.
But when you're saying that, you don't mean these two individuals. You just mean how Americans, at least recent memory, when you get to these events, big or small, they just don't seem as loud and into it as people overseas. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, they're not as interactive either. Like again, Street Profit or even the White Six, when they came out, crowd. Even though in America everybody takes out different, but the crowd, I even from my understanding, the crowd was even singing with the White Six.
Yeah,
you don't get that in the States.
No, you don't.
And again, when the Profits came out, I was so hyped because the crowd I was in there.
Can you imagine how those wrestlers felt? Like honestly, like wrestlers talk about all the time, the pop of the crowd, the chanting that gets them into it. Can you imagine how it feels to be anywhere and have people giving the love the way they were giving it? That just has to take your adrenaline. Adrenaline runs. Yeah, I mean, it just.
And not to take away from the state crowd, and I think that the crowd over here in the States, some of them been realizing they've been getting hate and how they, and if you've noticed lately, they've been more and more involved as far as when it comes to.
No, it's too late.
Yeah,
it's too late. We'll talk about it in another 3 count, but I'm pretty sure the conversation is going to be like, at least my opinion, I'm perfectly fine with the WWE saying, hey, all major pay-per-views, we are now leaving the US. We're making that money. It's going to sound good. And you're not invited. You had all 40 plus years. No, y'all don't know how to act. Y'all don't know how to act. But as far as the match, right? I thought it was a good match.
No, it was a good match.
I
It
thought
was.
telling with Ford being singled out for majority of the match, where he was just getting abused. And I thought he did a really good job of selling it, showing the abuse. I thought he did a really good job of having his partner be that guy, be that savior, to kind of come in and tip the scales. And then it became that match, the traditional tag team match. And then watching, this family do what they've been doing. Numbers are they're just better in numbers. And I thought it was a good match. I was very surprised about this match that I thought was a throwaway match, an opening match for the most part. So, yeah, as far as what you said with Ford going solo, I don't think so, because I just don't think there's room for him. Just like there's not room for Mello, just like there's not room for Gunther, just like there's not room for Trick. So I just feel like until some other players kind of step away, John Cena, Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, we'll talk about that down the road. But until some other people kind of move out of the limelight, I really think they should get another championship push to really help the district, like the whole division. And in that, I think it'd be interesting booking if they have the championship belt and then Ford turns heel. Because now they're still champions. Because I don't think I mean, let us know in the comments. I don't think I've seen that where they have done something along the lines of that to be like, hey, we're tag team partners right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and say he'll move. Because the questions will be like, okay, what are you gonna do now? They're tag team partners. So now you're defending the tag team champions for the next few weeks, pay-per-views, and you don't like each other, which is reminiscent to anytime they put like Stone Cold and Rock together, Triple H and whoever together. We always see it happen. Kurt Angle and whoever, Mankind and The Rock, where you see these blends together, you're like, oh, they're not gonna be able to stand the test of time. They're gonna go at each other, but they already don't fucking like each other. And then you wait for the right team to place that belt on. So I think if I was going to book Ford turning heel, it would be to make his tag team partner look powerful, to give him a shot being single, because a lot of people don't think he's going to survive on this roster after Ford leaves. I would keep them in the championship. Ford goes heel. They defend the championship for at least one or two pay-per-views before they're arguing or whatnot, causes an issue, and then go from there.
I don't think that's gonna happen because last SmackDown they kind of hinted they're kind of heading that route where they're gonna break up. But as far as the tag team champion, that's probably another conversation to have. But we have so many new tag team now. I'm not saying what's it called, Machine Gun, or what's his name? It's most likely gonna be Dragon Lee and fuck, I forgot.
The reason why I'm not helping and I'm just letting you kind of flow out like that is because that's what's happening in the WWE, and I'm like, that's why you can't do anything, because this division is there's nothing there. Like, I'm looking, is Andrade still with Phoenix? Is American Made still out there? Alpha Academy, Adrenaline Drip from Evolution, Chase University, Creed Brothers.
Yeah, but those guys are NXT.
The Cullen, but what I'm saying is I have to go Dark State. I have to go DIY. I've got to go that far to find Fraxum. Who do you have? Hank and Tank? Like, I have to go that far, Judgment Day, that far into it to find Angel Umberto, Los Garza.
Yeah, but they got the AAA Tag Team Championship.
But what I'm saying is Mello don't miss. What I'm saying is MFTS. Like, you don't have anybody. Motor City Machine Guns. You don't have anybody. New Catch Republic. The New Day.
Well, New Catch Republic haven't fought in a while.
But what I'm saying, this is from the WWE site, I'm saying you don't have a strong enough division, in my opinion, to have these matches. I
think they can. Well, you have Andrade and Ray Phoenix. I'm saying Ray Phoenix, Dragon Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
War
think
Raiders, Division.
I don't think the Machine Gun. They should be in there. I'm not really a big fan of them. DIY, yeah. Even right now, Melo and The Miz, I think they're a good tag team. With Alpha Academy, I think they're just a gimmick at this point, and it's probably going to be at one point they're going to get released. Those two, a little sooner. But my main thing is Montez going for that solo, and I know
But
when he
solo for what? Go where?
United States Championship.
For take it from Sami Zayn, this is everything Sami Zayn's wanted is the national
That's
championship.
that's another conversation that needs to have, because I was not happy with that.
I know we'll get into it.
We'll
get into it.
But I was not happy with that.
This is my thing. Like maybe just with the millennial in me. Remember, we had championship caliber candidates, but you also had championship caliber tag team. At one point, growing up, I had New Age Outlaws, Headbangers, Animal and Hulk. Who else? Christian and Edge, the Hardys. Already said the Dudleys. You had Public Enemy for just a little bit. APA. You had tag team people who were not necessarily the focal point on storylines, but they were there. You knew that, hey, you're going to get a match. Here's a tag team. And some of them might have switched out, like JBL and Farouk. Ron Simmons watching their fallout. Like, I get it sometimes to push up that next star, but the crop you have, you don't have much. So I don't know why the balance is so far off. Not just in the men's division, but the women's division. Why can't we have nice things? Why do we have these 2 tag team championships where you've wasted the Newsday's heel turn? You've wasted that. You've wasted it.
Completely wasted.
And the biggest thing right now is that moment, and then what those two respectfully are doing on the promos and behind the scenes. Big ups to them. But I thought the match was good. I was very surprised about the match. I think I probably would say that match to me would be number 2 of the night. It's not match of the night, but I put it up there, and I didn't think I would.
No, okay.
Probably number 3.
I agree. Especially for you with 6 matches.
Yeah.
All right. The other match, probably want to talk about with again another match I wasn't really fun of having a pay-per-view match was Becky versus Nikki. This felt like a throwaway match to me. Even the way she pinned her and won the match, I don't know. I don't think Nikki. I don't know, Ron. You signed, so what's the?
Because I rather would have had the Sami Zayn solo match right here, and this could have been Monday or Friday's match type of thing. It wasn't a very good match. No shade to either woman. It's just the match just wasn't hitting. The crowd was still trying to get into it, but it just wasn't there. Becky carried the whole match respectfully, as she's been in the business doing it for a while. It's just what it was. There was some misses, were literally a missed kick off the turnbuckle with a big distance. Like, it's not her first time kind of putting up a not pleasant performing moment in the ring, and that's just what I saw. So yeah, unfortunately, this is probably the worst match of the night, unfortunately, and this was a title defense. Yeah. Not to mention, this is also a setup to something else we'll talk about later, but for this to be a setup match of a returning WWE superstar, I just didn't think it was impactful, unfortunately.
I completely agree. I don't even have much to say about this.
So let's just move on then. Ain't nothing there. I'm just saying.
But one match I thought was I would say was probably one of the best matches of the night was Rusev versus Sheamus. They put on a good show.
They did. Big men, meaty men slapping meat.
I wish this feud would have gone a little longer. I think it would have been more interesting is one of them had like a belt, but
Mhm.
I wish this feud has gone a little longer because I like even that whole segment when they first I believe it was their second fight when they were backstage and they were just knocking people over, just going around, just fighting.
Mhm.
It was very interesting, but and I'm right now this is like their last like closeout match, but I don't think it's over because the way Rusev won the match, I'm pretty sure Sheamus is probably gonna ask for another fight and it's gonna go on and go on until they finally decide, a final match.
I thought it was a good match. It would have been for sure a 4 or 5 star. I had this played out on Saturday Night Main Event or SmackDown or Raw or NXT, anything like that. So it was a good match. My thing, I guess, from it is these two always put on a good match. They're some of your mid-carders, respectfully, that will put on good matches, whether physical matches, they cut good promos, they have a good presence in the crowd in the WWE universe. It's just at what cost? Like this match happens, nothing's going to happen from this. At least we don't. Rusev Day, we're missing that. It's not very impactful for both as of late in the WWE. So yes, it was a great match from these superstars. Just I'm kind of with okay. So where do we go from here? Not necessarily a story, but where do these two individuals go? Do we see
Yeah,
them on TV again, or they're just
probably not. I think it's probably you remember with Braun and Braun Strowman and Braun Bronson when they had their match. It kind of feels something like that.
not just
Monsters,
that's unfortunate.
yeah. But like I said, overall, it was a good match. Move on to probably one a lot of people are talking about too, where they're not really fun of one of the Cena versus Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I think Cena carried that match.
You think? I mean, I think equally. I think
Yeah.
equally for both. I think there were some moments for both of them. For Logan to be as young as he is in the business, you couldn't tell me that he hasn't been here for the last 10 years.
No,
Uh,
you can see that he's been putting in a lot of work as far as learning, these high flying moves.
mm.
Um, but if you pay, there was a couple misses there with Logan.
Do you think one of the misses was when he was going to do the 5 knuckle shuffle? Because
Yeah,
I'm watching it and I'm saying to myself, I'm like, he just puts his hand in the air, and I feel
yeah.
like John was like, hard camera, huh? Hard camera, and he just moving around like right here, no, right here, no, like that. Oh, okay. So I felt like there were some moments like that, but we'll talk about it in another, 3 count, whether or not we put a belt on him down the road. But I thought it was a good match. I was very surprised about the match again. John Cena's getting older. He picks up his 98th premium live event victory, 2 more to hit 100. I mean, they're just banking on money and merchandising in the future. But I thought John Cena looked really good. I thought it was going to be a hard follow-up after the Cody match because that was such a physical match. And it was a really good match for him to go ahead and do this. And he finishes his face turn. He's 100% full face. He's made peace with the kid that he basically said, "Fuck
Yeah, I
you."
know.
He made peace with him twice. They made it. I'm sure they told that kid, wear the same outfit. We'll pay. We'll put you right here. We got you, kid. Same outfit, and let's make peace. And we'll bring you back again, and we got a new outfit for you. Which I'm sure somebody had that seat, and an executive or somebody from security came up and said, "Hey, I know you paid for this, but we're gonna move you. We're gonna give you some merch. Don't worry about it. We're gonna move you for somebody who have a moment." And then you bring you back to your seat. And you're like, oh. But I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a good match.
It was, but I think it was also a match. Even though he lost, to put Logan over, try to put him over, push him further, because it looks like another conversation, but it looks like they're gonna go to that route where they put like a main event belt on him. But that's another conversation to
Yeah.
have.
Okay, so here's the thing. You let Logan Paul win for what? No one's coming to see him. Let's be honest, that's pretty crazy for him being in the business as long as he
I'm
has,
telling you,
respectfully.
it's gonna happen.
We're talking about that. I'm saying this is John Cena's last blah 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 matches left, right? And Logan Paul has the honor, respectfully, the honor to being one of the last people that goes against John Cena for the championship, regardless if it was predetermined already out the blue that he wasn't going to win that. So I'm like, that's big and it's right on, because a lot of people want John Cena to go against certain people, and then once we're finished with this John Cena tour, they're going to be like, you could have let blah 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 go against him. We could have got the Rock at Paris, but we didn't, for whatever the reason is. I'm just saying, I like the match. I like how they were using other people's finishing moves, and today, one of the greatest finishing moves.
Yes, that's
I liked how they did that, and that was cool. So I thought it was a good match. Didn't expect much from it. Like Paul said, my name is Paul Heyman. He went on to a podcast, I think it was an Aries show, and he was talking about how us as fans, we get the business, whether we know it or not, we get the business. And what that means is we will boo John Cena when he was a heel. We will boo 50-50, give or take, as he's a face. But we'll all cheer once the match is finished, because we realize we're watching history. We'll realize this is the last time we're seeing him a live event. So even when he was the heel, it was like, boo, boo, your winner, John Cena, boo. Yeah, thank you, John. Thank you, John. So I thought it was a cool way, and the same thing happened at Paris. So I can't wait for him to leave.
It's crazy that, well, again, I know it's probably got another topic, but it's crazy that right when John Cena is about to retire, WWE is moving their pay-per-view to ESPN. So,
I think, and we'll never know this, I don't know if it was already predetermined. I feel like this is something that popped off later. Like, they're making the deals, the contracts are in it, because we knew that the Peacock was ending. We knew that they were going to look for the next spot. It was Netflix. It took a minute to go to Netflix. They had talked about it, and they had said, yeah, we're going to Netflix. We'll be there next year. And they brought The Rock out to say bad words and talk about Cody's mom with the belt to make that official. Also, you had Naomi, a missed opportunity. I love Naomi. I miss her already on screen, but she could have said, when she was talking about the pregnancy thing, she could have said, instead of Netflix and chill, Netflix and Raw, because she's pregnant. Like, you have to, I think the merchandising was there. You're on Netflix, you're having a kid. Clearly, there's a way you make babies if the kids don't know it. If you would have been Netflix and Raw, you would have had t-shirts, proceed with caution, you would have went somewhere with it. But I just think how the business was set up was they probably might have used this as negotiation. You want us? We can do a pay-per-view, Wrestling Palooza. We could do XYZ. There's so many more appearances, and you guys get that. You guys get that. Let's give me more money. Let's sweeten the deal. We're giving you John Cena retiring, and then Peacock is just left holding their tail. Like, all right, well, we got to adjust. But I still think they're going to get wrestling. They'll be fine. But yeah, I thought it was a good match. I didn't have any problem with it. And yeah.
And we'll move into your boy, man.
I don't know why you don't save him to the end of the show, to be honest. Because
we'll save it to the end of the show.
A lot of people said that should have been the way the pay-per-view should have ended. Honestly. I'm just saying.
But it seems like we have a power couple now with WWE. Overall, the match, it wasn't bad. LA Knight, I would say, was probably the standout with this match, as far as between him, CM Punk, and
Jay.
Yeah,
I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at the match. I was disappointed in Jay, because they keep kind of talking it up as we're going to get a different Jay. We're going to get a different side of him.
Yeah, but
and at times we felt it. but at times we didn't. And the thing I don't understand, and again, I'm just a fan. I don't know. Nobody's paying me to book anything. So here, the Critics Collective, hit the subscribe button, like, follow for more. We're just conversating. Join the conversation in the comments. But here's my thing as far as booking Jay. Book him like you would Stone Cold, as just a brawler. Like, that's it. Limit the super kick for impactful moments and change his moveset. If it's crash out Jay, let him fucking crash out. Let him stop because the conversation is like he can't wrestle, similar to John Cena. And John Cena showing people, hey, I still got it. I could wrestle, but this is what my skill set was, or this is what my gimmick was. Like Stone Cold, when he had the neck injury, his gimmick, as far as his wrestling move, changed. It just simply did. It became more of a brawler, but he had impactful moments. The spine busters, there's certain things that he did that just made him still Stone Cold. And I feel like with Jay, you've got the crowd, you've got something organic, you have something that's memorable, marketable. Come out here, let's just tweak the moveset. Let's just have him punch motherfuckers out and just crash out and have everybody, oh, he's crashing out. He's crashing out. And he's sitting there like, oh, don't let me crash out. In the same way you're sitting there with Roman, when Roman gets ready for his move and he just sit there and just almost like he's losing his shit. Yeet, about just crash out. DQ. Just have him start having some DQs for no fucking reason. Why? Because he crashed the fuck out. Have him in the back at catering. Hey, you got some of the chicken nuggets. You out of chicken nuggets, and you look to the side, and it's Dom eating the last chicken nugget. Dom loves some chicken nuggets, and then everybody knows it. Jay about to fucking crash out. So that's the last nugget. That's the last nugget. And you can hear the fans, and he just and you're like, he crashed out again. I'm disappointed in that. I did like LA. He did his thing. CM Punk, a good story between him being screwed with Becky getting involved. I thought for that finish when Becky pulled up, I thought she should have had the women's championship belt on, because it would have been a great photo op for both of them. Obviously, they'll do it probably on Monday, but it would have been a great photo op to show that championship belt, them both hosting it. And so to me, I would have had her wear the belt. Somebody punches, CM Punk punches, but you couldn't because you had the low blow set up. But you do the low blow, maybe you make it as the low blow, doesn't hurt the same. So CM Punk has enough to turn around, give a punch. When he gives a punch, it hurts his hand. You don't know why. You're like, why does it hurt his hand? Then he drops to all four, and that's when he gets curb stomped. Then you're like, oh, Becky has the belt on. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I actually wanted Becky to win both belts yesterday. I wanted her to have both women champion. I'm being dead ass. 2-belt Becky? Mayhem. Fucking, you talking about you want to heal. You already had Naomi with the championship. You wanted to heal. I'm not saying give it to Stephanie. I'm not saying to give it to Raquel or anybody. I'm saying give the belt to Becky. 2-belt Becky. The boos are automatic.
And she's great in the mic, and she'll tear it up.
Except for the comment she made about Ozzy, respectfully. Kevin Nash said she was desperate. That's why she said that.
I think it was too early. Too soon.
You can't make a comment like that. In general, I don't know anybody who's taken a person who's passed and said, maybe I don't remember. Maybe you'll find something for the Attitude Era, and they're like, this person's dead. Fuck.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
WWE has apologized, but so
yeah. Sometimes shooting that promo, live.
Bad promotion is good promo, right?
Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like these moments are obviously, they come up with these moments. That's how I would have booked the finish of that. Becky, boom, gets a low blow, punch, CM punch, just reaction, just punches the midsection. What the fuck, hurts his hand just enough for him to get curb stomped. She comes out with a brand new Burn It Down shirt, but a ladies feel. Burn It Down. They're both holding the championship up, and it would have been even better had she won the championship, defended hers, and then won the vacated one, and now she's 2-belt Becky.
So my question now is it looked like she's officially part of the group.
Vision. She should have been.
Is she gonna be more involved in Seth winning now?
I think she should. I think it'll be an interesting dynamic because I think what we're seeing in the vision, and we'll talk about it before, is Braun versus Seth. Because I believe Seth is put here to help Braun, just like Triple H and Ric Flair were there to help Batista and help Randy Orton. So I just think it's going to come to the point that Braun is out here making his own. We'll talk about it later, but he's making his own choices, and it's costing Seth. Like, remember, the vision was supposed to be there. They weren't because of actions that Braun did. So Seth had to go do something else, which we might as well already talk about it. Does that mean that we're going to get AJ Lee? Because now somebody just hit her man.
I don't think so.
I think it's a wasted opportunity. Ridiculous. Because CM Punk is pointed to signs just last night. Just pointed to signs like, hey, I know who that person is. I'm going to point to that sign. Then gets hit in the nuts by another female who just showed I can take care of an older WWE superstar who's been gone for a little bit. Because remember, that's what Seth does. That's what Randy does. There's some Kevin Owens. There's some really Sami Zayn. There's some really good ones that will protect you if you're not a part of this business and or you've been gone for a minute. Let's get you back ready. So Becky is the perfect person to be the first match for AJ if AJ is going to be here for a bit.
I haven't heard anything as far as her training or anything to come back, but it'll be interesting, have I would say a tag team match, Seth, Becky versus AJ and CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
And I know WWE will eat that up and have a pay-per-view, anticipate pay-per-view match, couples, but so and the thing is, if AJ comes back now, it's like another women added to the roster where it's pushing out the younger ones too.
I don't think TKO cares.
Huh?
I don't think TKO cares. Honestly, fully business wise, and I ain't mad at it if I look at it with my business glasses on. The
of course,
business wise is what's going to bring in people. It's going to bring in people. They don't care about our money. They want upper middle class or better, baby. That's what they want. They want that JBL money. So that's why you're looking at the ticket prices going up, and Palooza's like 70,000 for this, and they don't give a. They're not for you. It's not for us. Like we talked about it, that if we get, I think it was 100,000 likes. What the hell was the number that that Lingo came up with? He came with an amount, and he said, if we do this,
oh yeah, he'll take us
will send us to
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania for free. We'll go for free. I ain't never been to WrestleMania.
I think it was 100,000.
It might have been. I don't know if it's 100,000 likes or was it 100,000 subscribers.
Oh, I don't know. I got to go back to the video.
I don't know. Well, let's get both. Let's get both so he can't deny it. But point blank, I feel bad if we ever do, because that shit's expensive. But you think they give a? No, they don't. They don't. They want the celebrities and the people with money. And what's the best way to get them? Not with stories, with viral moments, with names that they know. We'll deal with that whole roster, young, bringing them up later. Because John Cena let Austin Theory win, and I think that was a WrestleMania match, an opening WrestleMania match. He let Austin Theory win. Where did that go?
No,
Austin Theory's not even on the roster anymore.
And with him, I thought they were gonna, do a turn for him,
He should have been in the Vision, if you ask me. He should have been in the Vision, Team Vision.
It's not too late.
Yeah, it is too late.
You think, huh?
It's too late. Nobody cares. He's gonna get a pop because he's back, and people like carrying cross, like
No, but I think he should get like somewhat of a face turn with his boy now with the New Day, and he comes back. Hey,
talking about Grayson Waller?
Yeah, and you see how Grayson Waller at one point he was talking about, I dropped him dead weight and all that. He comes back. Him now, he has a feud with Grayson Waller, trying to make come back, trying to make something out of himself. So I think that feud will work. Because at one point he was getting over with the crowd, because the crowd was like cheering for him every time he would do something, and Grayson Waller would do some like sneaky shit. So I think it could work.
I feel like he would have to be a heel. And don't get me wrong, I'm an Austin Theory fan. I think he's from Georgia. I'm an Austin Theory fan. He should be on TV. He cuts promos. He has the look. I just look at it as maybe Grayson is getting an opportunity to join the Vision because Braun is acting up. Whatever the case is, point blank, he's trying to, he's out there talking. Maybe the Vision is a part of Grayson's show. And he's like, hey, we're going to talk. Maybe add me. And then Austin Theory's music plays and he comes out and he cuts his promo like, hey, I'm sitting here in fucking catering every day, traveling the fucking world. I don't give a fuck to travel and eat fucking free food. I want to be the fucking best. And he's choosing you. It should have been me. And then that's it. He just takes Waller and you see that feud and Seth is feeding into it like, yeah. I like this. I like that. And he plays to it. And then maybe Seth screws Austin, chooses Waller because Waller's to him the lesser IQ. And he's like, hey, nah. And then we get a heel. We get him to turn face. So now Austin is face going up against the Vision. And I just think that's I just booked a banger. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but no in AAA, it's not gonna happen.
No, it's not a TKO. Ooh. Wait, are we at the end already?
Yeah.
Damn, the pay-per-view is that? Damn, okay. Already at the end.
This should have been the last match.
Should have been.
But it was the first match.
It's not the first time they've done that. I think even at SummerSlam, the tag team match, they were the ones to open it up. Which the energy is great to come out there. The pop they had, singing the song. Yeah.
But overall, Braun, he is really good in the ring.
I just don't want him on the mic.
Nah.
They need to stop. They keep letting him talk. They're gonna fuck it up.
He should be that, just like since you brought up with the mic, it should be him, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman does the talking. He attacks just like Paul Heyman did with Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
But he's really good in the ring, for a big, and he moves like
he should never talk.
He's light on his feet, and it
sounds like he's light on his feet.
I think he should go for one of those mid-card belts. They should give it to him. At this point, he deserves it.
I don't know. I'm not going to get into that with him. I'm not saying that. And I'm not against Braun. He should have had a different name, but that's a different conversation for another day. Respectfully, yes, he is a talent. Kennesaw State, right? Yeah. Kennesaw State University, home of the Fighting Owls. So he went to school not too far from where I'm living at. And yes, he is a future superstar. He is a superstar now, but he's a future really big player. How they market him. I love his moveset, his fashion stuff, the barking like a dog, like all that other stuff. I get it. Just the thing that doesn't kill it for me, but I could see people just with memes and how internet just takes shit. I could see it with him, how he talks. Like if you ever hear him when he's like, God, no, stop, it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit the action that's coming out of this guy. So yeah, Paul Heyman being the mouthpiece and him not saying shit. Brock said some stuff. Let's just make it work. He doesn't say anything. And I think, put a belt on him down the road. This match was a banger. Big, meaty men slapping meat. You had the speed that Braun had. I know they say part-time Roman Reigns, but damn it, if you're the top and you're the head of the table, you don't have to be there fucking full-time to make sure it's a good business decision. And he comes back and shows he still got it. He's still, and the moves he was doing, there was nothing half-assed about this match, and I appreciate the WWE for putting it on, making it the first one.
No, it was a good match, but it looked like with this tackle, Roman Reigns gonna be out for a while.
It wasn't just that. Yeah, Street Fighter and some other projects. It wasn't just that, which means that Cody's gonna be out soon, give or take his schedule. I think the thing that was interesting Oh man, the thing that was interesting was, how do you get your ass beat for over 20 minutes, 10 minutes? Nobody came out. You had Jay towards the end, but he was getting his ass beat for a while. A while. You're telling me you and they already showed on Netflix Unreal that everybody in the gorilla pit, everybody in there. So you telling me nobody went to catering? Yeet.
Where you at?
They beating his ass. Who? Roman. Where? In the ring. And he just and go handle it. He didn't show up. Sami Zayn didn't show up. Nobody showed up. That's I don't know if that's just bad writing in my opinion. You're killing off a lot of these storylines.
Yeah, I would think since they brought Roman into this, there would be like another somewhat of a bloodline reunion where you have one faction versus another. But it seems like they're probably not going to do that.
And I'm fine with that, even if it's not a part of the story. I'm just saying there should be a sense of realistic. Like if the New Day is getting attacked, we know there's some New Day people coming out. If the New Day are jumping someone, you have an understanding that somebody's going to come out. We were sitting there watching Roman get fucking worked. No security yet, no Jay yet, and like, damn, nobody coming out here.
And I thought it looked like they're gonna use him in a way, him being taken out by those guys to push Jay's story further as far as him versus Seth Rollins, being that guy, I guess, and not being the helpful person that Roman told him not to be in the last segment they had, to think for himself. So
I want you to think for yourself, but I'm going to tell you to think for yourself. But don't not think by yourself. I don't know. Like I said, I thought it was a good match. I just didn't feel anything from it as far as storyline. And I just thought, a few run-ins. Now, if you're trying to eliminate him off the show, indefinite, I get it. I think we all get it. But All Elite at the Forbidden Door just did that. And they did it in such a way where they were like, okay, we get it. Damn, a chair through the neck. Oh, damn. And they beat the dude's ass. We knew what he was leaving. We knew. But they did it in a way where it's like it made sense. Now, yeah, you could nitpick and say his tag team, they could have climbed over the cage to get to him. They could have. But that's a little small writing. Just everybody was captivated by him getting his ass whooped. So the visualization of having that cage on the outside of the ring, it fit for what All Elite was doing. There was no fucking cage. The refs were just standing around. Ain't nobody stopping this shit. Then Jay comes out. He gets his ass smoked. Then security comes out. You ain't nobody else? All right. Okay. I ain't happy with it, but okay.
But it was also an excuse to have Pierce eject. Is it Pierce?
Yeah, he did.
Eject
Adam.
The Braun Bronson and Braun Breaker, so that way they could introduce Becky as the new member. I think it was just that. They could possibly done it another way where they have them show up and start helping, Seth out. Then everybody and Jay shows up, he gets knocked out. Jimmy Show gets knocked out. Then everybody's knocked out. Then it's just CM Punk and Seth fighting. Then Becky shows up. Why, they could have done it that way.
Yeah, they could have done it that way. I don't know. I just look at it as like you could have finished the match how it was. Jay gets choked out. The Vision is crippled. Roman takes care of him in the ring. Does it by his damn self. Gets his shoes back, which he does have his shoes back. Gets his shoes back. And then while he's in the back, Braun and them are not satisfied. It's really Braun doing what Seth told him not to do. Braun finds Roman, beats his ass. And I can't remember who got their ass beat like that before in the back underneath some video equipment. I felt like the Usos were there. Something happened in the back, whether it was cameras or boxes or equipment, and they were like trying to unbury whoever it was under it. But they could have beat Roman in the back where you hear the crowd shocked. And then Adam comes in and says, you're kicked out. You're kicked out. So you could have still done it, but it would have made sense. He's in the back somewhere. he just got jumped. They took off and left, and they're banned, whatever. So I don't know, like I said before, it's just nitpicking it. He took a really good match, and I just is nowhere to go with it. So I hope Sami Zayn is sleeping well at night now that he has the US belt, and that's all he's ever wanted. That's all he's ever wanted. Some people want the championship, not Sami. Not Sami. I respect that. What else we got on the docket? Is there anything else, or is that the end of the show? Is that 1, 2, 3? Ding ding ding.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
I guess the next one we'll talk about another episode.
All right, so we got more stuff that's coming up. This is just the prediction or the breakdown after Clash of Paris. If you're curious about my prediction, Manny didn't put his in because I think he wouldn't have done so well. But I did on Twitter, Blue Sky. I did put out there what my picks were, and I don't think I was too far off. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it so that way I can hold myself accountable. Okay. So what I did was I basically said what was good for business and what I wanted to happen. What was good for business was Roman losing, because I thought they would have went the route of pissing off the tribal chief, where he was just going to go ham at Survivor Series or the next big one. But I wanted Roman to win, and Roman won. I thought the business decision was leave the tag team championship where it is on the family, and they did. What I wanted Ford and then the win, because I wanted another run before the end of them. For the four-way match, I thought what was good for business is Seth winning it. But I really wanted Jay to crash out and be that guy. I thought Rusev Day was going to start. And I thought it was also good for business because I felt like Sheamus is at the point of his career where maybe he's cool where he's at, and Rusev needs to be back in the limelight and get over, especially after leaving All Elite the way he did. For the ladies match, I had both decisions, good for business and good for me that Becky wins. But again, like I said before, there should have been a tournament. Becky should have forced herself into the tournament. Becky should have won the championship belt at Night in Clash in Paris and defended her championship belt to belt Becky, and then interfere with that match, and that would have been crazy. And as far as the John Cena match, I thought it was good for business and for me that John Cena wins in Paris.
So I heard this argument before, since you brought Seth, it just want a quick closeout before that it was good for business that Seth won. Do you think right now him as a champion is doing the numbers that WWE is looking for, or do you think that they brought Becky in to do those numbers?
No, I mean, I'm hoping there's a different story that they're telling, but I think if there's anyone to have to be the one of the champions to carry your banner, much like Cody and John Cena, I think Seth is that guy. He's been that guy for a very long time. Puts on good matches, great matches, even with the injuries and stuff that's happened over the years. Marketing wise, the song, the fashion, he is that guy. Now, why is Seth not on the late night shows and making the runs? I don't know, unfortunately. But I think he can make those same conversational runs that Roman and Cody does. So I have no problem with him having the belt on. I would even raise another question, say, who would you put that belt on? There's no one else, honestly, because when we watched Unreal, we heard about them feeling how they felt about Jay, that it was Jay who needed to do more to be in that position to hold the belt and do stuff like that. So yeah,
the thing with Jay, sometimes it feels that he's not putting much effort into anything.
I'm not gonna say that shit. I could see it. I could hear the conversation. I'll say that.
It
I can hear
looks
the
like
conversation.
it.
But I would disagree, because I'm like, yo, sometimes there's a lot of work to take groceries out of the car. And my wife is like, how do you do it? How do you carry every bit of groceries with two hands? And I say, hey, look, somebody's got to do it. Someone's, it's the tribal chief. It's the head of the table. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to make it happen. And so somebody else could look at it and say, they ain't really doing much. And I'm like, is it though? So I just look at it as, I can't do that, Jay. I can't. I'm just saying. So
Well,
But yeah, Seth should have the championship. Becky should have both. Because I don't think there's, and I'm not trying to be rude. I don't think that I don't think anyone
I
in the
agree with
women's
you. I think it
division
would
can
make a
keep
great.
the heat like 2-belt Becky. And then here's the thing, 2-belt Becky, because we love a heel with the championship because it sets up the babyface to take it. So Seth is going to set up that babyface to take it, or a bigger heel to take it for a babyface, in my opinion. If you had 2-belt Becky, you know who'd be perfect to take the belts off of her? BBL Belly.
No.
BBL Belly.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you bet. Listen, Bebe.
No.
Bebe takes the belt from two-belt Becky, and I think that's a hell of a match in the writing. They have 2 or 3 matches of burn off where they're just going back and forth before they slowly lose the belt, and it's really just one belt. Then they don't have belts because the feud has been so crazy. They've cost each other the belt, where Becky and Bayley have reset the women's division, where they both had it. One had it at one point, then Bayley takes it, then now Becky's got it back again. Now she costs, because she doesn't have the match, she costs the belt. So Stephanie's got one, then she costs the belt. Now Jay's got the other one, and then they have that burn off match where it's those 3 with just the ego, nothing else. And I think the cool thing about it is with Bayley, what I'm seeing with Bayley, and let me know if I'm wrong, we're sidetracked over here, it's a 3 count, but sometimes they get their arm up, and it's only 2. I think it'd be cool because they're teasing Bayley with this idea, or teasing us, that Bayley is stuck in this world where she's
Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde. And this rip happened at the same time that John Cena switched. Almost like this Marvel Universe thing, because R-Truth did the same thing. R-Truth made a joke after John Cena and them were cool in the back, but he was quick to be like, hey, I'm not the one to fuck with, which should have been the last no hair. He had just cut his hair. Like, hey, listen, I'm not the one to fuck with. So I just thought it was interesting. It was him doing that. R-Truth, Bayley did it, and somebody else, you gotta let me know in the comments, somebody else that did it too. But there's some artists, and I won't say artists, but superstars who it feels like there's a split personality that's hinging in the background. And I think it would have been really cool to have Bayley as a heel, but a heel that everybody loves, going against a heel that nobody loves. And I think that would be cool to get Bayley to be that person. And then 2-belt Bayley. Let me book it. Call me Triple H. Let me book a little something. That's probably why I need to get WWE 2K25 before 26 comes out. I know we're doing wrestling, television, films, anime, independent films. We do some adult-ish content, late night stuff. Check that out. I'm just saying. We collectively critics over here. So we also started doing video game reviews. And we also have a new member of the team, Keenan. If there's anybody else that wants to join or collab, let us know. But you'll start to see some stuff out there. So you may see me go ahead and talk about 2K25 and 24 for WWE and why there is no significant booking. I know DM mode, but I need to book Bayley versus Becky and get them making some bangers.
Yeah. But might as well just talk about Paris and all we had. We're already over the time.
Wait, what do you mean talking about Paris? We did talk about Paris. We've been talking about Paris for damn near an hour.
Talk about how the fan bum rush our girl.
No. That's another episode of the 3 count. See, that's where the logo would pop up. And it's like, oh no, my God, we're going off the air. Oh, we're going off the air. Oh my gosh. Hit the subscribe button, like, follow for more. The Critics Collective, the 1, 2, 3. We need more.
Shit, I'ma get into it first. Until they put me in the dirt. Shit, I'ma get into it first. Shit, I'ma get into it.